With all of the projects that I have going on here in this garage, I'm pretty much running out of room to put things, especially because I've added another vehicle to this garage besides my Wrangler. You'll be seeing that in the next video. But because of that, I need somewhere to rearrange stuff, right? I need room on these shelves for more things, as well as these shelves, on those shelves, rearrange that wall. It works, but it's also been kind of hectic trying to get anything done in here. Which is why when the people at Flexi Mounts reached out to me to review one of their ceiling mounted garage storage solutions, I kind of couldn't pass that up at all, because it's exactly something that I need right now to start reorganizing and rearranging, making my garage work better for me when there's so much going on in here. Flexi Mounts went ahead and sent over their 4-foot by 8-foot ceiling mounted storage rack, which we're going to be installing in this garage in just a moment. It obviously comes with all the necessary parts and pieces to assemble the rack, but also comes with the necessary mounting hardware to get this rack mounted to the ceiling in your garage. According to the instructions right here, it says it has a max capacity of 750 pounds, which, if that is the case, is going to come quite in handy and be very useful if I'm going to maximize the storage here in my garage. I'm very excited to get this installed because there's a lot of stuff that I have just been juggling around, and what I'm probably going to use this for is things that I don't necessarily need to access all the time, whether it be camping gear or even old car parts, things like that. So yeah, it's gonna be really useful. And now for the tools that we're gonna need for this installation, I've gone ahead and got myself a drill with a wood bit to make our pilot holes in the joists in the ceiling. Got an impact driver with a 1/2 inch impact socket to drive those lag bolts in those holes. Got myself a 13mm ratchet as well as a ratcheting 13mm combination wrench, a pencil, a tape measure to measure our holes that we're going to be making in the ceiling. I might need this for something. I've always got myself a utility knife. And they give you in the kit an installation template, which is the same size, let's see, I have it down here, as the ceiling brackets. So you can use the template to make all the necessary holes in the ceiling, and then once that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and drill these in place. Now, as for getting our ceiling brackets lined up, holes drawn on and drilled in, you're gonna want to understand and know the orientation of your joists in your garage ceiling. So my plan is to install the rack this way, and my joists actually go across the garage like this. Usually you'd probably need to use a stud finder for that, but since this is an unfinished ceiling, luckily I actually have marks. Someone had drawn lines all the way down when they were putting up the sheetrock, and I tested a couple of the lines out, and these are definitely the joists going across. So I'm going to start with this joist right above me, take our template, mark our holes. Let's see, it would probably be something like that. Make it as even as possible, and it's going to make our way going down the garage like this. And to make my life easier, I've gone ahead and did a real quick laser level setup. So I have straight line across the ceiling where I'm going to be mounting these ceiling brackets using the template. I recommend an impact driver for these lag bolts. It'll make your life so much easier. Well, I'm happy to admit when I'm wrong. I actually just luckily was able to get on this joist that goes this way. They do not, in fact, go this way as I thought. And now I have nothing to mount on over there. So since I've been trying to figure out now the best way to get this going, because these shelves are 4 feet across, and if I have nothing to mount this way, I can't install it this way, unfortunately, even though this is how I wanted to install it. So I had to take these down, and I can't put it back here because that's space I'm already using. What I'm gonna do instead, I'm gonna go between here and right before our garage door opener. I already opened the garage door, made sure that it won't interfere, and it definitely won't. So we're gonna have to take this down and reposition everything. Not a big deal, just a bunch of extra work. That's how things go, I guess. All right, now that our practice run is done, let's actually get it mounted. Oh God. This is taking way longer than it should, but I think I understand what my issue is now. So I got that one installed as I'm planning on going this way, since going this way proved not to be an option because look at all the friggin' holes I've drilled. Oh my goodness. This is funny to me, so I don't care. But what I've determined, so right here from this access panel, which it goes up into the ceiling here, you know what this is? From here all the way down is empty space up in there. Framing, part of the roof. From here over is actually a room upstairs. And how the framing, I've now determined, how the framing worked in this house is these joists go long ways up until here. After here, they go that way. So it's made this extremely confusing, and I'm happy I finally figured it out. So I'm trying to determine, there's still a way I can do this, but obviously having joists going this way and then joists going that way has made this a little more complicated than, you know, it kind of needed to be. And that's why I made so many holes so far in the ceiling, because I was very confused. Sorry that I don't do construction for a living. But yeah, so we got joists going this way and joists going that way. So what I'm gonna have to do in order to make everything line up, I have measured the joists going this way are 4 feet apart, but I can't put it in the center because I have a light there, I have the garage door opener here. So what I'm going to try to do is in between the garage door opener and the light, kind of what I was already trying to do. I just have to move this mount over to line up with one of these horizontal joints or vertical. I don't know, whichever way you look at it, it's going to be different. But I'm going to try to line this up actually with joists going this way so I can actually continue it on as intended. So now I have to move this over just a bit more, but it should allow me to then so that's 1, 2, that's 4 feet over with that joist over there. That should allow me to continue it, not hit the light, and I'll be able to have the storage right up here. Definitely not where I intended it to be, but it's the only place that's possible for me. So let me just get it framed out, figured out, and then we'll mount it. This is taking way longer. Oh my goodness, way longer than I needed it to. Jeez. Okay, this is looking more like it now. I'll just say this. Make sure you understand where all the studs are and how your ceiling's lined up to save you hours of trial and error like I just did. Your mileage may vary. All right, loose for now. Tighten later. Let's do the other side. Okay. We're almost there. This is the worst part, and we're almost there. We're almost done. There's already a hole here, and it's fine. It'll go right in. That's way better. Oh, great. They're almost in line. Good enough. Good enough. All right, now that that hell is over, next thing I'm gonna do, we have to, step 3, assemble the vertical posts. So, let me see, we're gonna get one of these brackets, and this is one of the corners of the vertical posts. There's 4 corners and 2 center vertical posts. You can adjust this, and let's see which goes in where. This goes like this, okay. This is what makes it height adjustable for your garage and your needs. And I think I'm gonna go with the lowest possible adjustment just because I don't have that high of a garage ceiling. So with my Wrangler in here and my other vehicle now, I need all the room I can get. So I'm just gonna have it as low as can be, or as high as can be, rather. And we're gonna go ahead, let's see, they have the hardware. We're just gonna take their hardware and get it installed. They supply you with what looks like some type of wrench and Allen key solution. I am not doing that. I will simply just go ahead and use my 13mm wrench and 13mm socket that I have. But let's see, these are bolts 7 and nuts 8. So these bolts and these nuts we're going to be using to assemble. So we'll go ahead and start assembling these. The bolts they want you to put on the outside, and it has a square retainer, so it sits right in the square of the other bracket. Gonna take your nut, and then I use a 13mm wrench and get these tightened down. Now for the moment of truth. Let's see. Oh, this is gonna work out very, very nicely. Camping gear, backyard stuff. What else can I throw up there? Sneak peek at an upcoming video I have to make. I'll put that right up here. As frustrating as the install was, not because of the rack, that was because of me and these joists here. This ended up being really cool. This is going to help so much for me reorganizing my garage. Unfortunately, it took me about 4 hours or more to get this fully installed, get through the complications of finding my joists, and then understanding and figuring out that there's actually 3 different ways this ceiling goes, not even just 2. Then some over tightening issues with some hardware, that was on me. But all in all, it is up, it is installed, and I'm just gonna keep finding things to put up here. Felpro gaskets and a bunch of Rock Auto receipts for another upcoming video. You guys will see what that is in the future. I have to say myself, for what is this, a couple $100 for a ceiling mounted storage solution that's now going to save me a lot of storage, reorganizing. It's just going to save me a lot of space. This is very much worth it. Very, very much worth it. This was definitely a two-man job. I did just go ahead and kind of cross my fingers and use my ladder to hold up the panels. But as you saw, I do recommend this being a two-man job, so you don't hurt yourself like I kind of did quite a few times actually when putting this up. But yeah, I have to say, so far so good. What I'm going to do, just for my own peace of mind, is on these mounts, I'm going to go ahead, go to the Home Depot and get a few more lag bolts and just get it really drilled up in there, because I want to make sure that it really, I mean, the lag bolts they gave with the length, they should hold, as they say, this should hold on the package. It says 750 pounds, but I still want to put more just to be safe. A Rock Auto box with a lot of old parts. I'll give you a hint. They're off of a Jeep, just not this one. Perfect. Nice. Huh, there's still diesel in it. Great. Never step on the top rung of a ladder. Do as I say, not as I do. This is very nice. I kind of personally don't want to put too much over here, or I do want lighter stuff here, just in case anything, because there will be a vehicle here. The heavier stuff over on that side. And also, I don't want to block the light from coming through when I'm working here. Anyways, for around $200 or so, I have to say this really is a great solution for an issue I've been having for quite a while, which is just not enough room in my garage. And now I have a 4 foot by 8 foot by almost 2 foot, because I have it at the lowest, or rather highest setting, if you will. You can actually lower this to a total of 40 inches down. I have it up at 22 inches from the ceiling to the bottom here, because I do need the space down here. But this does drop all the way to give you 40 inches of room to put stuff up on this rack. Yeah, so for $200, it is a great storage solution for your garage. It's already coming in handy, as I'm just finding things to throw up there, things that needed to go up there for quite a while, honestly. So if you are interested in purchasing one of these Flexi Mounts storage racks for your garage, go ahead and click that affiliate link in the description below. I'll greatly appreciate it if you do. Thank you to Flexi Mounts for supplying me with one of these racks to try out, to review, to test, and to show all you guys. Really appreciate it. Once again, I'm sorry I struggled with the install. It was all just me. I recommend 2 people for this, not 1 like I tried. And don't use an impact wrench on the nuts. That's all I'll say. So once again, thank you all for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Please hit that subscribe button for all the new videos that I am going to be releasing. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Now I have a lot to clean up and a lot more to put up here. But now I have somewhere to put it all. That's awesome. See you in the next one.